Hey everybody, what's going on? It's your friend James Shaw. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We're doing what we do, which is talk to elite people who do elite things. And today is an elite day because my friend Jenn is here. And I'm excited because Jenn, you are passionate about helping people get their things together, get the business organized, get on track. And now's the perfect time to have this conversation as we go into a new year. And we're going to do a lot of stuff with you here in 2026, which I'm pumped about. And today's the kickoff of that. So would you introduce yourself to everyone? Tell them who you are and where you are and a little bit about what you do.
Sure, absolutely. First, thank you for having me. I am super excited to be here and honored that you gave me the opportunity to be with your community because I had a chance to go into your community and it's like no other and it's so impressive and I'm honored to be here. So my name is Jenn Bove. I've been with Keller Williams since 2012, but licensed in the real estate world since 2001. And I started off as a brand new agent, not knowing anything. James, I really thought that I would show up to an office. They would put buyers in my car. I would show them 3 houses. They pick one, and that was my job. Obviously, we know that that's not the case, and it changed really fast. And I just started doing a few different things that some agents didn't do, and I didn't really know I was doing them. That awarded me the Rookie of the Year that first year that I was in real estate. And then it led me to management positions quite fast after that. And it was always from wanting to help others and wanting to give back and teach. And I will tell you, I didn't know it all. I really didn't. I failed my way forward through a lot of it. I taught stuff I didn't know to get better at it. So that's where I'm at. I was started at 2001 and here we are today.
We are, and we're going to get after it today because, when you're Rookie of the Year, it means you do a lot of stuff right. And then now that you're in leadership and you're a market center leader and a regional leader, you get to see, the agents who are succeeding versus the agents who don't. I think we have a challenge in the industry that there's a lot of stuff we can do, and so we chase a lot of things, and then there can be some disorganization behind it. I think we know conceptually what we should do, but we struggle with execution sometimes. Like it's the implementation and execution that gets us down, not the strategy necessarily. And you're real passionate about helping people implement and execute. And we're excited because next week we're going to kick off a thing with you called the Ultimate Workshop. You're doing a free session on January 14th at 2:00 Eastern time that anyone can join this workshop. JamesDShaw.com/events is where you can go sign up. JamesDShaw.com/events. But tell us a little bit about the workshop, and then we're going to chunk down and kind of do an overview of some tactics from that. So tell us what we'll cover on the 14th.
Sure. So on the 14th, I'm going to explain to you how this workshop came about. And I was lucky enough to go through the entire region in New England and teach what Gary built was value squared. And I thought, wow, what a great course. Had so many great things in this course after all the NAR stuff and noise happening. And what I found, James, was that we didn't see a lot of implementation or value being added to these agents' world to really go out and ask for the compensation that they deserved. So I was cleaning my pantry one day, and this is all real. I was cleaning out my pantry and I was there's a whole story behind it, which I'll share on the 14th. And I said, wow, this really relates to business. And that's where the Ultimate Workshop was formed, was truly going through my pantry, organizing it, seeing what was expired, what needed to be added, things that I had extra pieces on, what I needed. So it was a big focus piece that we pulled into this workshop, and we chunk it down into 8 different sessions about building your business, kind of like reorganizing your pantry.
Yeah, it's going to be great because now, by the way, the first of the year is the perfect time to get the business organized and sorted. And I'm curious about where do you see are some key places that are common spots of disorganization that with a few minor tweaks, you can get things organized pretty quickly to give you pretty good momentum. What are a handful of the common ones?
So the first one we tackle is the budget and P&L. I will tell you the P&L, I have somebody else come in and talk about and give you the solutions on that. For the budget, I'm going to give you something called the Bove budget. It's something that it's an easy tool that could be, we're going to work on it that day. And it's for us to have that really big glimpse of what we're spending our money on. There was one agent that I taught this this workshop to just a couple of months ago. Top agent in her market center, doing a great job. She saved over $300 a month just by doing this one tool with the Bove budget. And what I find is a lot of agents are in that boat. We don't really kind of look at what's happening with what we're spending, what we're earning, and everything in between. So that's the first thing we dive into. One of the other ones that I find is like a really big gold mine, and one that we don't focus on much, is our vendor partnerships. And we have a whole section on how to build out your vendor portfolio so that way you're using it at the highest level and your clients see it at so much value that your compensation rate doesn't even matter because of the amount of resource and value you have in that one section. There's so much more, but those are just two quick things.
Those are really easy ones. And the budget piece is so important, and yet one that many people struggle in. And so some systems about getting it organized are really important. It seems like that we've got to kind of figure out, and I know that you probably agree with this, that we do need some sort of kind of home base to get started, to have a place to go where we keep all of our systems and all of our tools instead of kind of haphazardly scattered all around. What have you found works really well for people when they just need to start to organize everything in one spot?
Yeah, that's a great question. So one of the things that we started doing in the workshop, and it was from the very beginning, is we created a Google Drive, and we call that the business pantry. Now, what we do with that is we change it every month. So we go in there. If I'm teaching the class in January, it's 0126 business pantry. And then what we do is we work on making sure we're updating it monthly, because I know when I go back and I talk to some of the students that have taken the class, like, hey, how's your pantry look? If it still says 0126 and it's 3 months later, we know that we have some cleaning up to do. But it's one source. Now, here's the thing. Not everybody uses Google Drives, and that's okay. But what I would say is pick that one thing that you could go into that all of your pieces of your business lie in, like a pantry, truly. Like if you open your pantry, that's where all of your stuff is. And the whole point of this, James, is so you could grab and go do your business instead of try to figure it all out.
Well, that's the next piece, is you do have to grab and go. Like at some point you have to get to work. So I can see that there's some people that they might recognize they need to get organized a little bit, but they'll spend too much time in the organization and not enough time in the execution. So we've got to kind of have some daily and weekly standards. What's your advice around figuring out what your actions need to look like once you get the pantry all organized?
So each one of these sessions, you're going to have a 20 to 30 minute review. Some of them might be daily, like lead generation or contact database management or updating. And then some of them are weekly. Like for me, 2:00 every Friday is my budget review. Now, when I first started doing this, I budgeted an hour in my calendar. And that's what I did. I looked at everything I was spending. When I got better at it, because I started making it a habit, and every Friday at 2:00, it's what I'm doing. That went down to 15 minutes. So a lot of times we're going to be adjusting what we're looking at, but we're always going to keep eyes on each one of these sessions. So that way you are moving the needle. That's a big piece of this. We're going to get it organized, but we can't stop there. We need to make sure those needles keep moving.
What are some business building activities that you think are non-negotiable that agents sometimes let slip, that you would say, hey, no, let's make a commitment to that daily or weekly?
Well, I just taught the rookie workshop, and it's in beta test. And the one thing in that book is truly making a cadence of doing something every day, which is getting into your database. If you get into your database every single day and you either call, text, have a two-way conversation, update, and send a note, that's it. Like that's the magic sauce in all of this. And we're going to get there in this workshop as well.
I'm curious about mistakes. I think this workshop seems to be born out of common mistakes.
Yes.
What are some common mistakes that you made as an agent, that you see others make as an agent, that if we can get some awareness around, we can solve pretty quickly?
Oh, that's an easy one. There's plenty of mistakes. We'd be here way too long if I told you all the mistakes. But I will tell you that a big one is consistency. A lot of us don't keep that consistency going, and we wonder why things stop or things don't show up. And it really is, we just stop the consistency, or we didn't get it started in the first place. And that happened to me for sure, and still does. Like I still have to look back. I remember last holiday season, I took off. I took off a couple of weeks and I didn't look at my budget. and I didn't look at what I was putting in my mouth and eating, and I didn't look at my pantry. And all three of those things were not great after those 2 to 3 weeks of not looking at them. My expenses went up 20% by not looking at it for those few weeks. So that was a big eye opener for me of like, okay, let's stop that. Let's figure out how do we continue to move these needles in a positive way. And it's really just doing a check, and it doesn't have to be a long one. Another big thing that I found was a mistake of mine is not really looking at my digital platform. And this is a big thing in 2026 as we're moving into AI and how rapidly it's increasing and growing and all of this stuff. If we're not looking at our digital platform fully, meaning what does it look like on LinkedIn? What does it look like on all the platforms that you're on? And does it look consistent? That was something that I had to do a double check on. My LinkedIn was less than great, I will tell you. Maybe I'll tell you more at the session, but it was less than great, and I had to fix that.
My LinkedIn stinks too. I don't even know how to log into it.
But it's such a good resource. So we're gonna
especially for what I do. Yeah. Like, hello, duh. This is because you've made mistakes too, and you want to help others not make them. Tell me what, as you reflect back, the biggest mistake that you made that you would love other agents to not make. Allow them to make that mistake through you, not after you. What is that?
Sure. I love to be creative, and we know the MREA book, and we know what that triangle looks like when you start with creativity first. When I was a brand new agent, I did not start at Keller Williams, and I was trying to figure out on my own. And I was really trying to just do and do and do. As soon as I had a system, a model, and a tool, and then I could add some people along with me, that's where the magic happens, just by following systems, models, and tools.
But so many people get stuck in the do part.
Yes.
And struggle to sometimes slow down. It seems like that this is an example of a time that, you slow down to speed up, that you may have to go backward before you go forward. And that might make people nervous to do that. What would you say to the one that's like, but I want to come out of the gate ready to go, where you're saying, hold on, let's build some stuff first? What's your advice around that?
Oh, I definitely want the agent to keep going. There's definitely not a slowdown period of this workshop. This is more of a, let's schedule time to get messy in what you have going on right now and build on. Because some of these sessions, some agents are going to already be doing fabulous things on and with. But we're here to say, okay, well, how do we 10 plus that? How do we look at this? But we're not stopping our business that you are doing in your community. I mean, everything that you are doing is talking about how do you move your business forward. This is just how do we move our business forward with additional value that your clients will never question why you're asking for what you're asking for in your fee.
I like to say it's on purpose with purpose, which is
Yes.
what you're sharing as well, that the choices that you make in the business have a reason behind them. All right, so give us an overview of, then tell everybody what they're going to hear on the 14th of January at 2 o'clock Eastern if they sign up for your free Ultimate Business Workshop. What are some of the key takeaways they'll get that day?
So that day we're going to start working on that budget. That's one of the biggest conversations we have, and it's one of the biggest things that we could help you with right off the bat. So on the 14th, we're going to dive in. We're going to give you that Bove budget right there in that free class. We're going to dive into it. We're going to have a lot of people helping with us. So that way we have separate rooms in our Zoom, James, that will have people in there to work with you directly on your budget. Every question you have is going to be answered, and that's going to be our start. We're also going to the first session, not on the 14th, but on the first session, we're going to dive into P&Ls. But on the 14th, be ready, because we're going to get your budget ready to go for 26 and really have your eyes focused on how do I earn more of my money and keep more of my money.
What is the biggest budget mistake you see people make that you might help them address on the 14th?
Subscriptions. It's subscriptions. We go through and we look at one of the agents canceled Dotloop because they weren't using it, or they were not using it. And it was $160 something a month. They canceled it right there. Like, that's what we're doing during the workshop, is we're not just saying, oh, look, there's a subscription. Oh, there's the gym I never use. We're actually going in and canceling them during the workshop. We're getting messy with it. If you need the help, we're even making calls for you. So we want you to clean that up as much as possible. We're going to go through the Jason Abrams way of green lighting. We're going to say, I need to have this. That's your green. You don't need to have this is red, and yellow is it's nice to have, but could consider getting it off. We're going to go through all of those things in your budget and really help you get that moving.
Well, it's really good. Now, of course, someone like me who runs a subscription-based business, that could make me nervous. But the truth is, if you're getting value from the subscription and you're using the materials and stuff like that, you should keep it. But if you've belonged to Lifetime Fitness, but you haven't been in a lifetime, you should probably cancel it. Like, it would make sense to do that.
We all have those, right? Think about I don't know if you have Apple, but I have Apple, and they creep in with a lot of these $199 subscriptions and then storage. So we go through all of that with you.
Friend, I'm an Android user over here. I understand how phones should be used. So no Apple problem for me. But I think part of it is, again, just get clarity about the budget. We did this right when we went into the pandemic. My wife Terry and I went and sat down and we printed out our bank statements for 3 months worth of bank and credit card statements, and did a similar red, green, yellow. We used a different coding for it, but similar. We were able to cut $2,300 a month in between business and personal expenses. And I think a lot of people did that in the pandemic. And then when we got out of it, that stuff came back in. And then you have a market that is uncertain. It's just kind of feels funky that if we aren't careful, that stuff creeps in and all of a sudden we're broke. We don't want anybody to be broke. So free class again, January 14th, the Ultimate Workshop. We're kicking it off with a freebie for you on the 14th of January, 2:00 Eastern, jamesdshaw.com/events. Jen, I know someone's put in the comments, is it going to be recorded? And I want to go, it's 2026. What do you think the answer is to that question? Yes, we'll record it and we'll get it sent out to you if you get registered on it. Jen, any final thoughts before we wrap up and get ready to see you next week?
I would really just love for you to save that date and time and show up, because I promise you it's a free class. We're going to deliver the value, and I'd love to see you there.
You're the best, Jen. Thanks for joining us. Thank you for all of you who are watching, and we'll see you next week at the Ultimate Workshop free session kickoff, the 14th of January, 2:00 Eastern, jamesdshaw.com/events. Jen, I'm excited about it. Thank you.
Thank you.